Welcome to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? Today I am going to start another important topic of chemical bonding by the name is limitations of octet rule. Octet rule gave a satisfactory explanation for the formation of a chemical bond. It has some limitations. There are mainly three exceptions to the octet rule. We will discuss one by one in detail. Among them, the first one is incomplete octet. Let us write it. First one is incomplete octet. According to octet rule, any element which attain 8 electrons in their outermost energy level, they are stable. In some molecules, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is less than 8. Actual requirement according to octet rule is 8 electrons. But in some cases, the number of electrons is less than 8. So we are learning in the form of incomplete octet. So let us understand incomplete octet by taking general examples. So for understanding purpose, I am taking example BeH2. So let us write the Lewis structure for the BeH2. Beryllium is bonded to the hydrogen with a single bond. So on previous classes I said each bond is made up of 2 electrons. Bond is made up of 2 electrons. So beryllium at the center. This bond is made up of 2 electrons. Hydrogen. This bond is made up of 2 electrons. Hydrogen. Share it. Then so right after sharing the electrons, count the number of electrons surrounding the beryllium central atom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of electrons surrounding the beryllium is how many? 4 electrons. Actual requirement is how many according to octet rule? 8. Requirement is 8, but here is less than 8. Less than 8 in the sense we are calling as incomplete octet. Let us take one more example for better understanding. I am taking BCl3. BCl3. So beryllium present at the center. So boron present at the center. 3 chlorines surrounds it like this. So let us write Lewis dot structures. Boron, chlorine. Here is this bond is made up of 2 electrons. I am writing 2 electrons. This bond is made up of 2 electrons. Cl, and this bond is made up of 2 electrons. Share the electrons. Of course, on the chlorine also valence electrons is present. I am not writing the chlorine electrons, just I am writing the boron only. Now count the number of electrons surrounding the boron. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. The number of electrons surrounding the boron is 6 electrons. Actual requirement is how many according to octet rule? Requirement is 8. How many is there? Less than 8. So that we are calling it as incomplete. In BF3, BH2 and BCl3, in these two cases, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is less than 8. In BH2, number of electrons is 4. In the case of BCl3, number of electrons surrounding the boron is 6. They are incomplete octet. The same sentence we can write here. What is the sentence? In some compounds, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom. Number of electrons surrounding the central atom is less than 8. Number of electrons surrounding the central atom is less than 8. This is regarding incomplete octet. Second exception. In some odd electron molecules, octet rule is not satisfied for all the atoms. Odd electron molecules. odd electron molecules. Odd electron molecules, let us take one general example. I'm taking NO. So nitric oxide, NO I'm taking. So this is odd electron molecule. What is the odd electron molecule? So to find the total, we have to calculate the total number of valence electrons. The total number of valence electrons is odd number. We have to call them as odd electron molecules. For this case, we can calculate. So nitrogen atomic number already we know. So its electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 3. How many number of valence electrons? 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5. The number of valence electrons on the nitrogen is 5. Oxygen atomic number is what? 8. Then configuration is already you are very familiar. 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 4, isn't it? Number of valence electrons, this is the first shell, this is the second shell. Second shell contains how many? 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6 valence electrons. The total number of valence electrons in this molecule, NO molecule is 5 plus 6, that is equal to 11 electrons. So that it is odd electron molecules. In odd electron molecules, the octet rule is not satisfied for all the atoms. Let us write a Lewis structure for this case. So nitrogen, N, double bond O, 2 lone pairs is present on oxygen, 1 lone pair on nitrogen. So this is 1 lone pair, this is another lone pair. Let us write the Lewis structure. N, this bond is made up of 2 electrons. Total number of electrons between the two atoms is 4. Oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? Here is 1, 2, here is 1. Share the electrons. After the sharing the electrons, so look at this oxygen, 1, 2, 3, these electrons belongs to this oxygen, these electrons belongs to this nitrogen. We are very familiar with this term also. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For this oxygen, octet rule is satisfied, but we are talking about this nitrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 electrons is there. Requirement is how many? 8. But how many is there? 7 electrons. For this case, octet rule is not satisfied. In some odd electron molecules, octet rule is not satisfied for all the atoms. Let us take one more example for better understanding. I am taking example 2. Example 2. NO2 molecule. NO2 molecule. Nitrogen, number of valence electrons, how many is there? 5. Plus oxygen, I already calculated. Number of nitrogen, how many? 5. Oxygen, how many? 6 valence electrons. Plus 6 into how many oxygens is there? 2 oxygen. That is equal to how many number of electrons total? 12 plus 5, 17 electrons. So NO2 molecule has a 17 electrons. It is a odd electron molecule. Let us write the Lewis structure for NO2 molecule. So nitrogen present at the center. Right, there are 2 oxygen. This is the first oxygen, this is the second oxygen, and write the Lewis dots. And this is the 1 electron. Clear? We can write sharing of electrons. This bond is made up of 2. One single electron. Double bond is there, in the sense 4 electrons we have to write. Now share the electrons. Now look at this molecule. For this oxygen atom, 8 electrons is there, octet rule is satisfied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For this oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For this oxygen also, valence is 8, octet rule is satisfied. For this nitrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons is there. So in some molecules, in some odd electron molecules, octet rule is not satisfied for all the atoms. Oxygens are satisfied, but nitrogen is not satisfied. Here also oxygen is satisfied, nitrogen is not satisfied. Same sentence we have to write. What is the sentence? In some odd electron molecules, octet rule is not satisfied for all the atoms. In molecules with odd number of electrons, octet rule is not satisfied, octet is not satisfied for all the atoms. Octet is not satisfied for all the atoms. This is a second exceptions to the octet rule. Another exception to the octet rule is expanded octet. Let us write it. This is a third one, expanded octet. According to octet rule, any element which attain 8 electrons in their outermost energy level, they are stable. But in some cases, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is greater than 8. So there we are learning this concept in the form of expanded octet. Let us understand in detail what is the exact meaning of expanded octet by taking some examples. For understanding purpose, I am taking example PF5. PF5. Right, phosphorus is at the center, 5 fluorines, this is the first fluorine, this is the second, third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. So 5 fluorines is surrounding the phosphorus. For this molecules we have to write a Lewis structure. So phosphorus at the center, this bond I am writing. So this bond I am writing number of electrons, how many we have to put in between them? 2. Each bond is made up of 2 electrons. For this one, 2 electrons. For this one, for this case, and this is the final one. Share the number of electrons. One more important point is I am not writing the dot structure of fluorine. I am taking understanding purpose. I am taking phosphorus purpose only. Then fluorine. Look at this molecule. So count the number of electrons surrounding the phosphorus atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The number of electrons surrounding the central atom is 10 electrons. According to octet rule, how many requirement to attain stability? 8 electrons. But how many is there? 10 electrons. That means greater than 8 is there. So that we are calling in the form of expanded octet. Greater than 8 will be there. That we have to call as expanded octet. Let us take one more example for better understanding of this expanded octet. I am taking a SF6 molecule. SF6. So sulfur present at the center. There are 6 fluorines. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5 and this is a 6. 6 fluorines are surrounding the sulfur. For this case, we have to write a Lewis structure. So sulfur at the center. I am writing for this fluorine 2 electrons. Each bond is made up of 2 electrons. We are very clear about this point. Second sulfur. So second fluorine. This fluorine I am writing. And this fluorine. Clear? Share electrons. This is the Lewis structure for SF6. Then count the number of electrons, sharing of electrons. Now count the number of electrons surrounding the sulfur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The number of electrons surrounding the central atom sulfur is 12 electrons. The 12 electrons are greater than 8 according to octet rule. According to octet rule, the compound will be stable if they contain 8 electrons. But here is 12 electrons either. Greater than 8 in the sense we are calling in the form of expanded octet. So the same sentence we have to write. What is the sentence? In some compounds, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is greater than 8. This is we are calling in the form of expanded octet. In some compounds, the number of electrons surrounding the central atom is greater than 8. Is greater than 8. So this is a expanded octet. In addition to these exceptions, octet rule has some more limitations. Octet rule does not explain the shapes of molecule. Let's write it. Octet rule does not explain the shapes of molecules. Does not explain the shape of the molecule. If a molecule is given to you, what is its shape is does not explain by the octet rule. And another one is octet rule is based on the chemical inertness of noble gases. But some noble gases like xenon and krypton react with oxygen and fluorine to form a compounds. So let's write the octet rule is based on chemical inertness of noble gases. But some noble gases combines with oxygen and fluorine. Oxygen and fluorine forms compounds. Oxygen and fluorine forms a compound. Examples, I'm taking a reaction of xenon with fluorine, XeF2, XeF4 or XeF6. With oxygen, XeOF2, XeO3, etc. So there are many examples for the xenon. These are some compounds formed by the xenon with oxygen and fluorine. So according to octet rule, the inert gases have a complete octet configuration. As a result, they do not combine with any other element. If any element is the octet configuration like noble gases, they also do not participate. But here is some noble gases, xenon and krypton also reacting with oxygen and fluorine forming some compounds. So these are the limitations of octet rule. What are they? The first one is expanded octet, the second one is odd electron molecule, and third one is incomplete octet, and the next one is do not explain the shapes of the molecule, and it is based on the chemical inertness of noble gases, but some noble gases are reacting forming a compounds. This is limitations of octet rule. Next topic is ionic bond. The ionic bond is defined as the electrostatic force of attraction between the two oppositely charged ions which are formed by the transfer of electron is called as ionic bond. Let us understand the exact meaning of ionic bond by taking some examples. So I am taking here an example, sodium chloride, NaCl. So first we have to write electronic configurations of sodium and chlorine. Then first I am taking a sodium atom. The atomic number is 11. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Now find the number of valence electrons in the sodium. How many number of valence electrons is there? Only one valence electron in the sodium. This is the first shell. This is the second shell. This is the third shell. Third shell has only one electron. The number of valence electrons present in the sodium is only 1. Right. I am taking chlorine. Chlorine electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Atomic number is how much? 17. 1s2 2s 2p6 3s2 3p5. Number of electrons present in this chlorine atom. So this is the first shell, this is the second, this is the third shell. This last shell has how many electrons? 2 plus 5, that is equal to 7 valency electrons. Number of valence electrons on the chlorine atom is 7. Number of valence electrons on the sodium atom is only 1. According to octet rule, how many they must have to attain stability? Here they must have 8 electrons. But here how many? They must have 8 electrons. But how many is there? Only 1 is there. Here is how many is there? 7 is there. The thing, what the thinking happened is this sodium lost this electron. This electron it will give to the chlorine. That means the transfer of electron taking place from a sodium atom to the chlorine. So here is a transfer. Transfer of electron. This is very, very important point to define the ionic bond. Transfer of electron. So sodium is transferring, losing one electron, converting into Na plus ion. What is the electron lost by the Na plus is taken by the chlorine converting into Cl minus. Let us write. Na atomic number is 11. The sodium is losing this electron. Losing of electron leading to the formation of positive charge. Listen very carefully. Then we are going to get 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. This electron is lost by the sodium. The remaining number of electrons will become many? 2 plus 6, that is equal to 8 electrons. So before losing only 1 valence electron, after losing it has 8 valence electron. Now before gaining the number of valence electrons here is how many? 7. After gaining, let us say, gaining of electron leads to the negative charge. So again atomic number is 7. And configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Clear. The number of electrons in the valence shell how many? First shell, this is the second shell, this is third shell. So number of electrons is how many? 8. So here is a sodium is losing one electron, converting into Na plus ion. What is the electron lost by the sodium atom is taken by the chlorine, converting into Cl minus ion. After losing it is gaining 8 electrons. After gaining it is has 8 electrons. So here is transfer of electrons taking place between the sodium and sodium as well as chlorine. As a result, two oppositely charged ions are formed. What are they? One is Na plus ion is formed and another one is Cl minus ion is formed. So leading the formation of NaCl. So two oppositely charged ions are formed. By taking this concept, we can define the ionic bond. The electrostatic force of attraction. This is the positive charge, this is the negative charge. Between the positive and negative, the force of attraction is nothing but electrostatic force of attraction. The electrostatic force of attraction between the two oppositely charged ions, positive and negative, two oppositely charged ions which are formed by what? Transfer of electron is called as ionic bond. This is the definition of ionic bond. Let us write the sentence. The electrostatic force of attraction between two oppositely charged ions which are formed by what? Which are formed by transfer of electron. Which are formed by transfer of electron is called ionic bond. So one common difference we have to identify with the covalent bond and ionic bond. In covalent bond, sharing of electrons will be taking place, but in this case transfer of electron is present. So difference between the ionic bond and covalent bond is, one case is covalent bond case is a sharing of electrons. Two atoms contribute the electrons, both will be shared. But in this case, one atom will be donate, another atom will be another atom is taking the electron. So transfer of electron taking place from one atom to the another atom. So as a result, oppositely charged ions are formed. This oppositely charged ion has electrostatic force of attraction. They can form the bond. This is a ionic bond definition. An example. Let us, for better understanding, I will give one more example. Formation of magnesium oxide, MgO, magnesium oxide. So first we have take magnesium atoms. We have take, and atomic number is what? We have take 12. Right, electron configuration. Electron configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 6, 3s2. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10, 12. The total number of electrons is 12. So the number of electrons present in the valence shell of magnesium, how many is there? Only 2. So 2 valence electrons present in the magnesium. Clear? Next, what is the element we have? Oxygen, isn't it? So write the electron configuration. Oxygen atomic number is 8. Write the electron configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 4. Electronic configuration of oxygen is 8, 2p4. Before transferring how many number of valence electrons? This is the first shell, this is the second shell. 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6 valency electrons, isn't it? Now, how many shortage is there here? 6 is the shortage is 2. If these 2 electrons is taken by this oxygen, then this will become 8. So to attaining stability, magnesium lost 2 electrons, converting into positive ion, Mg plus 2. After losing of 2 electrons, 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 6. Magnesium lost these 2 electrons, converting into number of electrons after losing is 8 electrons. These 2 electrons is transferred to the oxygen. Transfer of 2 electrons to whom? Oxygen. So oxygen will gain how many number of electrons? 2 electrons. Then converting into O minus 2. Then configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 4. It is taking 2 electrons. 4 plus 2, that is equal to 6. 2p6. After gaining this 2 electrons, the number of electrons will become 8. So before transferring, magnesium has 2 valence electrons. Oxygen has 6 valence electrons. After transfer of 2 electrons, these 2 electrons are transferred to oxygen. As a result, only remaining valence electrons on the magnesium is how many? 8. It reaches octet configuration. Oxygen take 2 electrons from the magnesium, then it will reach 2s2, 2p6 configuration. It also has 8 electrons. So there are 2 electrons transfer taking place between the magnesium and oxygen. As a result, what are the species are formed? One is magnesium plus 2 ion is formed. One is magnesium plus 2. Another one is what is formed? Oxygen minus 2 ion. So Mg plus 2 plus O minus 2 gives rise to MgO. Right here, the electrostatic force of attraction develops between the magnesium plus 2 ion and O minus 2 to form MgO. So this bond is formed by the transfer of 2 electrons. But in this case, bond is formed by the transfer of only 1 electron. Why it is so? Because shortage is only 1 electron, and if it is lost 1 electron, it will become 8 electrons. But here is shortage, how many is there? 2 plus 4, 6. 6 shortage, how many? 2 electron shortage. So here is, if magnesium lost 2 electrons, the number of electrons in the magnesium will become 8. So here is transfer of 2 electrons is taking place. Here is transfer of only 1 electron is taking place. Based on the number of requirement of electrons, that means number of electrons is going to get transfer. In some cases, 3 electrons is going to get transfer. So this is ionic bond. The ionic bond is defined as the electrostatic force of attraction develops between the two oppositely charged ions which are formed by the transfer of electron is called as ionic bond. So generally the ionic bond is formed between the metals and non-metals. Very important point. So here is sodium is a metal, chlorine is a non-metal. Here is magnesium is a metal, oxygen is a non-metal. Metal and non-metal. In generally, ionic bond is formed between metals and non-metals. In general, ionic bond is formed between metal and non-metal. Ionic bond is formed between metals and non-metals. Covalent bond is mostly formed between non-metals. Two non-metals will form the covalent bond. Cl2, F2, O2, N2, all these are the covalent bonds. So covalent bond is formed between two non-metal atoms. Ionic bond is formed between one metal and another one is non-metal atom. Let us understand ionic bond formation by taking another example. I am taking CaF2. Calcium fluoride. First we have to write electronic configurations of calcium and fluorine. First I am taking calcium. Calcium atomic number is what? 20. Write electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. Isn't it? This is the first shell. This is the second shell. 2, 2, 3, 3. Third shell, 4 shell. In the valency shell of calcium, it has 2 valence electrons. Only 2 electrons is there. It is unstable according to octet. Then 2 fluorines we have tried. First fluorine and this is the second fluorine. And fluorine atomic number is 9. Write their electronic configurations. 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Number of valence electrons in this fluorine is this is the first shell, this is the second shell. The total number of valence electrons, how many is there? 7 valence electrons in one fluorine. Here also the same configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Number of valence electrons is how many? 7. So calcium has 2 valence electrons. Calcium has 2 valence electrons. Each fluorine has 1 valence electron. If calcium transfer these 2 electrons to the fluorines, then number of valence electrons in the calcium will become 2 plus that is equal to 8. So for that reason, this calcium will give 1 electron to the one fluorine and another electron to the another fluorine. It will transfer these electrons. So here it is losing 2 electrons. 1 electron is taken with the fluorine. The number of electrons will become what? 8 electrons. That is equal to, it reaches a noble gas configuration. Another electron is taken by the another fluorine. Then number of electrons of this fluorine will become 8 electrons. It reaches octet configuration. After transferring of these 2 electrons, the remaining electrons in the calcium is, these electrons are lost. These electrons will be get lost. Then remaining electrons is 2 plus that is equal to 8 electrons. All the atoms will reach as noble gases configurations. That means octet configuration. Now after transferring, what is the species are formed? After transferring lossing of 2 electrons leading to the formation of Ca plus 2, isn't it? Then atomic number remains same. Configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. The number of valence electrons will become 8. The calcium plus 2 ion is stable. Then taking 1 electron, this fluorine is taking 1 electron, leading to the formation of F minus. Taking 1 electron is 1 negative, taking 2 electrons is 2 negatives, taking 3 electrons is 3 negatives. It is taking only 1 electron or 1 negative. Then configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p. 5 is there, it is taking 1 electron from the calcium, then it will become 2p6. The number of valence electrons will become here is what? 8. Clear, this 8. It is also taking 1 electron, this will become F minus. Remaining atomic number is same. The configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p. 5 will become 6. The number of valence electrons again here is 2 plus 6, that is equal to 8. So after transfer of 2 electrons by the calcium to the 2 fluorines, here is a transfer of 2 electrons. Transfer of 2 electrons. After transfer of 2 electrons, what is the species are formed? Here is we got calcium plus 2 ion formed. One is F minus ion formed. Here is another F minus is formed. So Ca plus 2 plus 2F minus. 2 oppositely charged ions. This is the positive charge, this is 2F minus. Both are oppositely charged ions. Between them is electrostatic force of attraction will operate leading to the formation of calcium fluoride. So by taking this also you can define the electrostatic force of attraction between the 2 oppositely charged ions which are formed by the transfer of electrons is called as a ionic bond. So ionic bond is formed between the mostly metals and non-metal. Calcium is a metal, fluorine is a non-metal. The ionic bond formed very easily between the two elements which they have low ionization enthalpies and more negative electron gain enthalpy. If ionization enthalpy is very low ionization enthalpy in the sense the atoms lost electrons very easily, and more negative electron gain enthalpy is more negative in the sense they are ready to take electrons. So the elements with ionic bond formed very easily between the elements with low ionization enthalpies and low ionization enthalpies and more negative electron gain enthalpy. Read the statement. The ionic bond formed very easily between elements with low ionization enthalpies and high or more high negative electron gain enthalpies. What is my point is if the element has a low ionization enthalpy, the element with low ionization enthalpy in the sense they are ready to lose electron, in the sense other element is ready to take electron. The element with low ionization enthalpies and high negative electron gain enthalpies, the high negative electron gain enthalpy in the sense the element is ready to take electrons, then only more amount of energy is going to get liberated. So the element with low ionization enthalpies and high negative electron gain enthalpies can form the ionic bond very easily. So this is regarding the ionic bond. Next class we will come out with another topic.